For more information about Cookin' Cheap, check out our website at
I'm sorry I missed it. Hello!
Hi there, welcome to Cookin' Cheap. I'm Larry Bly. That's,
What's his name?
yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah.
It's been so long. Doug Patterson.
Doug Patterson. I see you, Doug.
Thank you. It's nice to see you, sort of.
You, well, hey, be
I'm getting
nice.
better.
Be nice.
I'm
be
getting
nice,
better.
Be nice. And I see you frying some bacon.
I am.
Well,
I was hungry.
We're going to have something unusual on today's show. What we're going to do is we're going to have Miss Doris on the show.
She's actually
going to cook on the
for
show.
a change.
And this could be spell the end of us.
It'll be the Doris show.
It'll be the Doris Ford Show. Featuring the what's his name,
Yeah, really. The other two.
Let's see what we're supposed to do today. Let's get that witch in here.
Oh. Well.
Oh, this is terrible.
Oh, it's mail fraud.
The witch has come in with nothing but her nose.
Watch it. Don't make a comment that Doris is
we've...
watch out, Doris.
Oh, she lost her letter on the way down from the rafters. One time she came in and dropped right into a big bowl of something that was on the stove. I can't remember what. We boiled that witch for a fairly well. Dear Doug and Larry, I know that every end of the season you fellas fix some of the weirder recipes you have received from viewers all year long.
Is this the end?
So how, yeah, this is the last show of this season. Oh. We're going to be back.
Okay.
Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. So how about it? Have you found some strange recipes to throw at us this season too? If so, please prepare them on this show. Cindy, Rendy, and Lindy, the McGillicuddy triplets.
Oh, okay.
And we're gonna. As a matter of fact, we have chosen, you and I and Carol.
That's right.
Miss Carol, who's feeling a little bit under the weather today.
I'm sorry.
But that's okay.
We love her. Get better.
Miss Carol's got the snorts. We don't know what's wrong. Well, she's got a bad case of the snorts.
Oh.
But we hope she's going to be better.
And that ain't good.
And we're going to take some chicken soup back to her as soon as show's over.
Right,
although she is right back here behind the wall.
Or these lousy sandwiches. Oh, I didn't mean that.
We'll help you when we can, Carol.
Come on.
Okay. I'm going to do spaghetti sandwiches.
Get out.
Fried spaghetti sandwiches. Okay. Sent in by a fan via the internet who refused to eat. and rightly so.
There's probably a good reason for that.
You're done.
Yeah.
You want to start?
I've already started.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to fry up 4 pieces of bacon. You're going to make 4 sandwiches out of this. And there's various ways that you can do this. You can put cheese and tomato or bacon and tomato. But the first thing you're going to do is take a 16-ounce can of baked beans and drain them carefully. Now, whatever that means. Do you have any idea what
does it say?
It says drain carefully. Like what? You're going to throw it across the room to try to get this stuff out?
Well, you don't want to put your eye out. Drain it carefully. Don't spill the beans, someone said.
Oh, funny.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Sorry, I missed that.
You know, it's an ensemble sort of a program, and everyone gets in. While he's doing that, I'm taking a couple of pieces of bread of my choice. Don't you think that's funny? A couple of pieces of bread of my choice. And I'm going to put some mustard on there. The mustard of your choice also, I might add, says whatever kind of mustard. Today I'm using a Dijon mustard. And we're going to take, I'm making 2 sandwiches here, so what I do, we start out by just putting a little mustard on each side. I mean, not on each side, on each piece of bread. Bread number A and bread number B. Bread number C and bread number D. Try and keep up now. Anyway, we're going to put mustard on there, just a nice little light slathering on there.
I love mustard.
Doug?
I love it. Okay. I'm still bacon.
Oh.
Bacon over here, get it?
Still bacon.
You are so pathetic today, Larry. Now you're going to get 4 large slices of tomato.
Boy, that stuff is just popping and cracking and throwing grease all over the place.
Yeah, well, I don't have to clean up, so I really don't care.
I'm not concerned about that. I'm concerned it's going to put my eye out.
Oh.
And I'm also concerned it's going to, you know, what happened to that lady a couple of years ago was doing a TV show down here, and she was melting candle wax, and it caught on fire.
I remember.
On the air. It caught on fire. And everyone ran from the studio.
And let the fire
Except
burn?
one poor camera person who had the sense to grab one of those fire extinguishers and put it out.
Well, good.
Next thing you have to do is top one side with used spaghetti. Well, I don't think used is a good word. Leftover spaghetti.
Well, that's nice.
And as you can see, I have this fine leftover spaghetti, which just happened to come in this little foil. So I picked it up at a restaurant the other day, And see, oh, that looks good. It's actually linguine, but it's spaghetti, spaghetti, folks. Spaghetti, spaghetti. So what you're going to do now, and this is just a little bit of linguine, and you're going to take some of that and top one side of this with the biscotti, as they used to call it in my family.
I used to call it sketty.
Sketty? Sketty. Ooh, it looks good, doesn't it?
Little slop of
Now,
roasty.
try not to get the stuff hanging off the sides. It doesn't look good.
I want to know how you're
And
going to
it's-
fry this stuff.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Well, probably
And we'll
not.
put another glob there and smush that down real good. You may want to smush a little. It's a good smushing sandwich.
It's
okay?
smushing time again.
I'm going to leave you because you've smushed all my sandwiches to bits. No, we're going to get in trouble.
I know.
Go ahead. Now
Okay.
what?
Oh, can I go?
Oh, please.
I'm going to go, and you broil
Hopefully
4
down the
pieces
road.
of bread. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Sort of a international flair. And broil it. Be careful, don't let it burn. So I'll be watching it like a hawk.
Now, I've got the rest of the spaghetti left. I had enough for like 2 or 3 more sandwiches, and I'm going to put that back in here, and we're going to put it in the refrigerator for the staff tomorrow.
Yummy.
So the staff will have something to eat. Because, you know, they don't get paid too good, and we try and give them all the leftovers we possibly can.
And they don't let them out. I mean, gosh, you have to go
Have to
through.
help them out, so we'll put that in the refrigerator.
They're like little prisoners here at Blue Ridge.
Perhaps I should cover it. No, if I cover it, they'll never see it, and it'll be in there next year when we come back to do season 2001 or whatever it is.
Isn't that exciting?
That is pretty exciting. I'm
I
going to
can
put
tell.
this little thing back
I
on
can
top
just tell
of it.
you're not really with it today.
So anyway, I've been on the road for days.
Have you?
Yeah, a little tired. Okay, now the next thing you do is you put some pickles, dill pickles, and I got these little flat dills, so they fit just right. You can get 2 of them on each sandwich. These things are so convenient. I don't know why they didn't invent these years ago.
I think so.
Maybe they did, I don't know. But anyway, we didn't have them. We couldn't afford pickles back when we were so poor we couldn't afford pickles. And then the next thing, the cheese is optional. I'm going to take, I had some cheese left over from another TV show that we did, and you know, this is cheap cooking. So I'm just going to go ahead and use a little bit of American cheese, put one of those on each one. And I'm heating up the old thing on the stove right now, and then you put that there like that. Slam that thing shut real good so nothing gets out of there.
You know, that looks good.
And then the next thing you're going to do is take a little margarine or butter, and you're going to
It's like a big old grilled
put a big
cheese.
old wad of it on the outside there and try not to tear your bread all to pieces like I'm almost ready to do. And we're going to put it on the hot stove, and we're going to fry it just
Ooh,
like you
baby.
would a toasted cheese sandwich or a grilled cheese sandwich. And we're going to take that and put it on there right now. Like so. I think that needs to be heated up just a little. And this is going to be your spaghetti sandwich. I don't think I've ever made one before, but what could you do wrong? If you ate it just like it was right now, it wouldn't hurt you. Everything's cooked.
It's all good to me.
Go ahead, Doug.
Okay, I have gotten my bread out of the El Broiler, and what do? I have no idea.
He's looking, looks like you're searching for some clues.
Oh, I got to flip your bread, and now go get your beans that have been, I might add, carefully drained, I guess. And you're going to take these beans and you're going to put them on the untoasted side of the bread. And you're going to top this with the bacon and tomato slices, or a cheese and top it with a piece of bacon. Or, I'm sorry, with a piece of tomato. Or I use all 3, don't you think?
A bean sandwich.
And you're going to throw these back under the broiler for a few minutes.
Obviously, a lot of folks out there have figured out a way to use up a lot of leftovers making sandwiches.
Well, I think that's kind of smart of them.
Well, it kind of is.
You know.
Also, might be a good way to get kids to eat beans.
And here we are making light of these recipes, and they might be a save.
Well, you know, sometimes we do get surprised with these recipes. Oftentimes, they're better than we think they're going to be.
Yep. Well,
Occasionally, they're horrible.
sometimes we're better than we think we should. Okay, fine. Or other people think. Or, well, I just made a big mess over here.
Is that it?
That's it. I'm going to top it with I'm going to go creative over here, so go ahead.
Okay. We're going to have Doris come in just a couple of minutes to actually prepare her fried deviled eggs on the air. But first we're going to go to the Cook sisters, and we have something a little bit special today. You know, even the Cook sisters make mistakes when they're taping their routines, when they're doing their little tips
really?
that they do on air.
I can't imagine.
Sometimes the Cook sisters mess up.
I can't imagine.
And when that happens, usually you don't see it on the air, but today is a special treat. We have a bloopers tape from the Cook sisters.
Well, Toots, how are you today?
I don't know.
What's the matter, honey?
I'm sort of blue.
Are you?
I think I could use something. I don't know what. You got anything for me?
Yeah, but we'll get it out later and we'll just have some fun. Okay, later. You know how to make cleaning easier?
No.
I'd hire me, but but somebody actually sent this in to me, and to make oh goodness. You know what we're
Roxy's
doing?
lost her place.
Oh, good heavens, I thought we were talking about cleaning the house. We're talking about cookout cleanup easier. Remember you told me the other day about that cooking thing with the cone and the paper and the wad and the whole thing? You make a chimney? Well, here's how to clean it up after yourself.
Oh, go on.
I have no idea. Lost my way again. Oh, yes. Hey, Toots.
Huh?
How you doing today, hon?
Oh, I could use a good tip of some kind
A
or the
tip?
other.
Q-tip?
No, anything.
Oh, I'm sorry.
don't
Sometimes
care.
I worry about your hearing.
What
you
are you
know.
here for?
Oh, I'm here to
I'm
tell
here
you
to
a
visit
tip.
you. Okay.
Oh, well, anyway.
Well,
you want to know how to make cleaning easier? Hire a maid.
that's a good
No, I'm
one.
just joking. I'm talking about your cookouts and your grills, cleaning up from all them.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well,
This is for sure, for real.
Toots,
Huh?
how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, and you don't have to belt out and yell
Well,
at
I'm
me
always
like
concerned about you, honey.
Right here
'cause
beside you,
just know.
and you're at my good ear.
Oh, I'm sorry. Got a tip for you, though.
Huh?
Got a tip for you.
Oh, yeah.
A tip.
A tip. Okay,
Tip.
good. Go ahead. Mhm. See if
You know how to
can
make cleaning easier?
see if you can get it out.
Hire a maid.
Wasn't
was
as
funnier the first two
Wasn't as funny as it was 20 minutes
I
ago when
know,
we
I'm
first
so sorry,
started
but-
taping this bit.
Okay,
Go ahead, get it
fine.
out.
Well, we're talking about cookouts. You remember you told me that cone and thing? Well, anyway, to make a cookout clean up easier, you know what to do?
No.
You take a prevented...
I don't get it. I never did figure out what they were trying to do.
I think
Oh,
Roxy
well.
was in the sauce there.
I think badly in the sauce.
Uh-huh.
How about you? Have you gotten yours done now?
Yeah, put
Is
it
it in the oven?
Yep, ma'am.
Well, while I play around with my sandwiches, I would love to introduce to you very lovely Doris Ford, who very seldom ever gets to come on and play on the air, but today she's going to have an opportunity to. Come on in here, Doris. Now bring your old little darling self in here.
Doris, I'll
She's going to do some fried
for you.
deviled eggs.
yummy.
Now, what are
How are we
you
gonna do
heating
this?
up here on the stove?
I'm heating up some shortening. It said I was going to use oil, but it said shortening, so that's what
Use
I
a
put.
whale.
Oil,
Oh, okay.
but it said shortening, so that's what I put in it. I think oil would have been a little more healthy, but maybe you need for the flavor.
Is that grease?
It's well, I don't know if I can say the brand, but it's
Is it Crisco?
yes,
Okay. It's shortening.
yes, it's shortening.
It's shortening.
And I guess it's hot. 'Cause it
Mama
looks-
loves
looks-
shortening.
Looks like
Oh, no,
it's
that's
doing
shortening.
something there, doesn't it?
Shortening bread.
I had to take 6 hard-boiled eggs peeled, salt and pepper to taste, vinegar to taste, about 1 teaspoon, 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise, a half a cup of breadcrumbs, 1 egg beaten, and then you're shortening. You see, you boil your eggs, and I have found, I never can remember if it's the salt or the vinegar that keeps the eggs from breaking, so I put both of them in when I'm boiling eggs, and they don't...
When I'm boiling eggs.
And they don't crack. So you remove your yolks, mash them, and put salt and pepper to taste, and the vinegar. Add mayonnaise and make a thick paste. And you pour them into the egg kit. Now,
And they look like this.
and they look like this. You have to dip them in egg, and then put them in breadcrumbs. Now I did
Now,
this.
wait a minute. You have to take the egg and dip it in egg?
You take this and
That's unnatural.
dip it in egg.
Watch your fingers,
I know I
darling.
burned it this morning.
Well,
doing
don't do that.
I know, but I.
She's making me nervous. You
Well,
take egg and dip it in
You dip
egg.
it just like you would chops or something else like that. You know, I did it again. But, and you just put them in it after you get it all. What I did, when I did this, I did the yellow part first and put it in the what am I trying to say? In the shortening, because I think if you did it the other way around, too much of the raw egg would get into the yolk part of it, and I didn't know if it would cook out.
Well, them's the yolks,
so yeah, this is, but it doesn't take long.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Not at all.
Oh, this is so interesting.
Now, what's it
And
breaded with?
It's breaded with just
Bread.
plain old breadcrumbs, plain
Really?
breadcrumbs. You dip it, like I say, in the egg. And I do it ahead of time a little bit. Now, this is way ahead of time because I did it at home. But
That was like 6 months ago, wasn't it? When you did it at home.
what?
6 hours.
5
at
or 6
least.
hours, yeah. But when I bread things, I try to bread them a little bit ahead so the breading gets a chance to set on it. And it doesn't come off as bad when you're frying it. See how nice that's?
And how long?
Even
Just
though-
until they brown.
Just until they brown. And see, they're doing real good here.
Look at that.
Yum.
That is stunning.
Really,
I've never seen anything like it.
And I was,
Oh,
whoa, yeah.
I'm getting out of here.
That's because I think it's been sitting for a while and it's got the moisture in it. But I tried it ahead of time because I was wondering about this and how long it was going to take. And I shared it with my neighbors and they loved them. I think they're pretty good.
What a great idea. I never heard of this
Right.
in my life. And I love
And-
deviled egg.
And
Let's watch her do that again.
The problem is they're sticking to my fingers because they've gotten gooey from doing them way ahead of time.
Because it soaks up all of the moisture.
Yeah,
doesn't
and that's why it's sort of spitting at us here. I didn't think I'd have
Now,
time
let me
to
ask
do
you
all
this.
this here.
Do you eat these hot or do you eat them
It
cold?
says eat them hot. Eat them when you take them out of the pan.
And you're putting them on a little
yeah, I'm
towel
trying
over
to
there
drain
to
some of the
drain off that
grease out of them.
hideous grease that we're doing it in.
And I don't know if you did it in oil. I guess the flavor would be the same, and I think it would be a little more healthier if you did it in, like, you know, the healthy type oils.
Right.
But I think it's pretty good.
Well, now,
And,
if Doris says it's pretty good, then doggone it, it's pretty
They
good.
are. I was surprised. And I think you could, if you wanted to, you could add a little more things to it. You know, they only call for a little bit of vinegar or salt. And, well, you need some room here, huh?
Okay. Well, back here at the ranch, as you can see, I have flipped the sandwich. It is now done perfectly toasted on the side, and I have flipped it over on the other side and it is now done on that one. So you brown it on both sides, and as you can see, it's perfectly manageable, though a little wobbly. Just be a little careful. The cheese actually is a good idea because it sort of helps to bound it together. And there you go. So we have ourselves a spaghetti sandwiches.
Okay, pass the plate to Doug.
Pass the plate to Doug. Doug, you're going to show us what yours looks like, as it looks a little burned, Doug.
Well, I didn't watch it close enough because I was more interested in the fried egg.
Well, I think you should have paid a little more attention to the fried bacon.
Okay, fine. I'll give you one of the cheese and tomato ones.
I believe it's carbon. It's turned to carbon.
Well, it's good for you.
Well, it ought to be healthy, that's for
Clean your
sure.
teeth for
Get
you.
all the oil out of it.
It certainly
all the grease
will.
out.
Yes, it'll
Well,
get all
when-
the flavor out of it, too, by the
Oh, I don't
way.
know.
Oops.
Well, whenever I make toast, my smoke alarm goes off because I like,
Do you really? You like
Yes.
it that?
I like,
Yeah.
I like the crunchy part of everything and my toast.
Now, Doug,
well
how do you
done.
put those together?
Yeah, you need to.
I want to see you put those together. Or are they open face?
Open face.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Doran.
Actually, try and smash them together. I wanted to see the beans flying.
I know.
Here you go. Here's mine.
Well, that's yours.
I want one with tomato. I don't want all that burn-up bacon all over mine.
What a crab.
I'm just not real fond of burned bacon. And the last of the eggs are coming out and looking just beautiful.
I guess I could have.
Doug, those are pretty. Look at those. Those are really pretty. They really are. And she's going to do her last two. Thank you very much. I'm going to do the recipe. Have you done your recipe?
Yes.
Yes, you have. She's done it already. Spaghetti sandwiches. 2 slices of bread of your choice. I used whole wheat. Some mustard slathered on top of each one of those. Leftover spaghetti. You can actually use it with sauce so long as the sauce is not runny, or you'll have yourself a real mess on your hands. And I mean on your hands.
Okay.
On literally your hands. Dill pickles. Cheese is optional, but you know, I think it's a good idea because it sort of helps hold it all together. And then what you do is put a little butter on each of the outsides of that, and on a very slow pan, just as you would, much as you would for grilled cheese sandwiches. You toast both sides and carefully take it off and serve it to your friends.
Open face bean sandwich broil from K. John's from New Jersey. 4 slices of bread, any buns or crusty rolls. Again, you get your church.
Now, what did Krusty Rolls, wasn't he a famous clown? Krusty Rolls.
Krusty Rolls. And a 16-ounce can of baked beans, 4 large slices of fresh tomato, as opposed to rotten tomato, I guess, and 4 strips of bacon cooked or sent to the world of carbon.
Okay, because Doris is busy doing other things, herding Harold around, bossing him about in the back, I had to take over a little bit here for the eggs. And we've got the last 2 coming off, but this really is a pretty dish. It really is. If you look at it, it is just simply
And what a neat idea.
gorgeous and done just perfectly. And Doris, I'll let you handle those 2 in my absence. Huh?
These are extras.
These are extras.
Yeah, move them over here.
Just in case we
Taking
ran out of
those home
time.
for company. Doris has some extra folks coming in today. So anyway, that's good. Are we ready to go over and give these a try? I still think that he burned the part that was under the other one's still good.
Well, I can't help it if Doris was so interesting. I couldn't take my eyes off her.
Doris was interesting.
Okay, now
She still is.
Now here comes the problem.
What?
Do you pick this up or do you cut it?
Oh, well, you can do it either way you want to. Probably cut it in half would be a good
I
idea.
think mine you should eat with a
And I would
knife
suggest
and
you
fork.
cut it on the diagonal, like this.
Well, thank you for your input so far in advance.
All right. See? It holds together perfectly. That's probably a little more spaghetti than you would have to have.
Well, it's the biggest mess I've ever been involved in. Well,
Well, that was a little messy,
but it's good.
but it's good.
It is, it is.
Well, what could be bad about a spaghetti sandwich, for heaven's sake?
No, it has everything that you want. in
But you
life.
know, you would think that a spaghetti sandwich would call for Italian bread.
Well, I guess you would, wouldn't you? But it says any kind, right?
It's too thick.
What's too thick?
Too thick. Italian bread.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to try this. What is this? Bean and
Bean and tomato,
tomato
and cheese.
and cheese. Open bare-faced sandwich.
You know what it does?
Bare-faced
You know what
sandwich.
it tastes like?
What?
Beans. That's about it. Beans.
No?
It tastes like beans with cheese and
It
tomato.
tastes like beans with cheese and You know, I think I like eating all these separate. I don't think I need to put them all together,
No.
although it does save an awful lot of space on the plate. If you're having space problems on your plate, like you're at one of those big dinners, you know, where you need to put extra things
But
around.
wouldn't you be insulted if you went to a dinner party and,
And they
this is
served
what
you
you
that?
got?
Well, I'm dying to try
Me
this,
too.
and I mean literally dying to try. I'm sure I'm going to have the big one, eating deep fried eggs. Well, they certainly are pretty.
Okay.
What's the deal?
You mean the big deal, or do
No, what's the deal?
you like them?
I think they're all
I
right.
want you to jump in first.
I mean, I think I like for my deviled eggs to just be deviled
I
eggs.
think I'm with you on that.
I don't think I like throwing them in grease.
They taste pretty good, though.
Yeah, well, they do.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. No, I got it.
Well, it's just like this.
They taste like fried eggs.
Well, they do.
They
You're
do.
right.
They
You're
taste
right.
like fried eggs.
You're right.
So you know what? You can save yourself. Where are we? You can save yourself. No, oh, he's looking at it that way. He's confused me. He's turned his thing around. You are.
Ooh, how rude.
Tastes like fried hard-boiled eggs.
It does. It tastes like fried hard-boiled eggs. You can save yourself an awful lot of time. Just get an old pan out, put a little butter in, and just fry 2 eggs and flip them over easy.
And put the
And you would have all
on
this.
the side.
Put the burnt bacon on the side and throw the beans in on them while you're at it. Well, that's it.
Been a fab
I still
season.
think my spaghetti sandwich is the hit of the day.
Oh, please.
Thanks
That
for
goes good.
the wonderful seasoning. Come back again next year.
Send us stuff.